Now, this review right here is going to be something that was seen as commercial rap. It's been a decade since this album came out, but I wanted to show it off just because, some commercial rap actually does have records that you can play on the underground scene. And I know there's folks out there that will tell me, I hate normal rap. I don't listen to Drake. I don't listen to Lil Wayne. I don't listen to Nicki Minaj. And my answer to that would be, but does that mean every song they make is bad? So I'm kind of in a predicament as far as reviews for this channel, just because I've done so much, and I'm going to have to start making choices as far as that's concerned. So one of them I felt is pretty close to the underground scene, or at least made a handful of songs that did that, as Young Buck. Now, with this album, this was his G Unit debut, and he got a couple of charting songs off of it, and it really, he's from Nashville, Tennessee, and all of these songs just sound really Southern hip hop, and especially for 10 years ago, which that was the most popular genre at the time. So there are some winners on here, and I think in a lot of ways, folks are gonna say, I mean, this could be like a modern day classic in some senses, but in other senses, it's kind of um, it's too pop, and it's really strange. So, can you smoke to this? The answer is yes, you can. I feel like one of the best songs to smoke to would be Welcome to the South and Let Me In. Bang Bang is a good one. Black Gloves is a great one. Taking Hits and Prices on My Head. All of these are some great songs to smoke to. I'm going to say that the production is really fantastic. I mean, there's just not many songs I did not like on this album that in the production standpoint. Those same songs I mentioned that you could smoke to are probably the exact same ones that have the best beat. Bang Bang and Prices on My Head are two of the best ones. Stomp is really good. Welcome to the South is like a bubbler. I'd really look out for that one. And that was my jaw. Yeah, so let's talk about the unheard songs. Out of 14 songs, I like 6 of them. Now, this is a better album, but in the standpoint of the social score, it gets knocked down a few pegs because I know not every person is seeking out Young Buck, especially not 10 years later. So, in today's age, this is something that gets lost in the transition. It's good to remind people of some good shit that you knew. So, the 6 songs are Let Me In, Welcome to the South, Shorty Wanna Ride, Shawty Wanna Ride, Black Gloves, Stomp, and Taking Hits. I'm going to talk about a few of these. Stomp, that one has a really great beat, and it's in your face. I think you'll like that. Welcome to the South sounds really kind of murky. That one is one of my favorite beats on this album. Shawty Wanna Ride has a good hook, has a good beat during the chorus, and this was a song I think people heard, so you should recognize that. It still stands pretty strong. And I remember the song Let Me In. Taking Hits, that one's another one similar to Stomp. So yeah, you're just going to have to listen to some of these, but there is an almost song called Prices on My Head, and I like the beat on that one quite a bit. And there are other songs on here that are good. I mean, if you're just a rap purist, you're gonna find quite a few songs on here. But in terms of the affability that this record has, it's not as strong. And it's most people are gonna say, "Well, what are you listening to?" That's about the only thing. So I do recommend this release, and I'm gonna give it, because I like 7 out of 14. I'm gonna give it a 5.5 out of 10, just because I want it. I'd give it a higher score, but I do understand that, just depending upon what happens, it really comes with your speaking voice as to whether or not it's going to be played. So yeah, so there are good songs on here, and also I'm thinking that's about it. So the future, I don't know what Young Buck's been up to. He's dropped other albums, and G Unit's been working on stuff, but I don't know how they've been lately. They dropped a few EPs. The social score, I'm gonna give it a 5 social. I know there's songs on here that catch attention, so but this is hardcore rap. That's the only thing. He doesn't really have the guests. People are gonna say Wiz Khalifa, or the go-to people on here. You're not gonna necessarily find those guys, and that's all right. It's still something that's worth checking out, and I do defend this album quite a bit. So, can it be topped? I think that's hard to tell. Just a few more songs that would have gotten on the radio. Really would have been a nice touch to see this guy, charting, just because the style of these songs is well put together. So, point being, this is a record getting this is another playlist one. You get the best ones, you decide what you're going to listen to, and it's a great car ride, and it's pretty much a great smoking trip as well. So those are two things. All right, subscribe for more fun. 5.5 score, 5 social.